Welcome to the night where the paranormal unite. A party like never before under the moon's airy light. The vibe is dark, the air is cold, spirits taking flight. Get haunted and ghost the magazine leading the fright. Ghosts and ghouls dancing hand in hand. Lost souls roaming the haunted land. On the battleship New Jersey we gather with glee. Horror and paranormal, a sight to see.
A sight to see.
Oh, that's good. We should do a dramatic reading by Robert Stackowitz.
What are you talking about?
You should do a dramatic reading of that song.
Reading?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
A reading? Like you just read the song instead of singing it.
The words?
Yeah. Yeah. What else would you read?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to make sense of your blind words.
Oh, okay. I see. Well, it is midweek. It is midday, and that means you are right here.
Lyrics. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you.
Oh, you are here with All Things Get Haunted, which is all things paranormal, and that is all of you, the community. And we are so glad that you are here with us. We were all sad. We're like, oh, there's like 2 people. Well, it was really just Stacy was here so far. We're like, where is everybody?
Yeah.
And we're like, we should probably read the shelf life, but
yeah, I think our appeal is waning.
Yeah.
I think people.
Lori's waiting for a phone call. She said she's jumping on to say hi and to let Rob know I'm waiting for a phone call.
Who said that?
Lori Salerno.
Oh, Christ. Yeah. I know. I was supposed to call her last night.
Oh, yeah. Denise woke up for this, so we should feel honored. She's like, I woke up for this shit. She didn't say shit. She just said she woke up for this. Thank you, Denise, and we love you for that. Yes, we are here with all of you to get our weekly fill of our cup because you guys are that amazing. And Kent is reminding everybody this Friday, we have Paranormal Addicts podcast, and yours truly, along with Rob, will be on hanging out with Kent and I believe Chris Mack. So come join us on Friday. It's 6 p.m. Correct, Kent? Or do I have that time wrong? I'm having a hard time keeping all of this straight. 6 p.m. Eastern time. But if that is not correct, Kent, just give us the correction and we'll get that fixed up right away.
I have the words for later. And I laughed because I ran by my other song, Ernie the Meat Loving Cowboy.
Yeah, you've written many songs. I actually had a song written for me. Did you see that by chance?
I heard it and saw it. Yes, that was beautiful.
One of our very amazing show hosts in the Paranormal Podcast program. It was a sweet surprise to see a message come through, and I was like, "What is this?" And it was a song, and it was for me, and letting me know that she loved me. It was nice.
That was nice.
It was nice. Wasn't, expected. So a little crazy. All right. It's Wednesday. We're here. I'm still like a little from travel, I think.
Off. Yeah. Yeah. There was one she sent me too, which Damien on the side had sent me a message and I still hadn't looked at it or even noticed it. And then I'm like, what the fuck is Damien even talking about?
You have music playing right now.
Do I? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, that's okay. Because I was like, what is that I hear?
Yeah, that's the actual song, the Battleship song. But I didn't realize it was playing because I have a fan going and there's something.
Yeah, we could hear it. Before we get into our day, though, and our topics with each and every one of them, let's say hello because that's what we do.
Hello.
There he is. Professor T, Stacy Talledge, right here in the house. I hope you are doing super fantastic in New Orleans.
And he has, there's some coupons, Stacy coupon codes for you to meet out. And I think they expire today or later. I can maybe throw them up in a bit. But yeah, if you were looking at any Stacy courses, now's the time. There's some discounts happening.
And they're a good price anyways, though. Like his courses are not, he's not a gouger. He doesn't gouge you anyways, but sometimes we know things can be a little tight. And
Right.
if the coupons are out there, you should use them. Absolutely. So Stacy T, Udemy, go check out his courses. Sandra, there she is.
Repeat.
Good afternoon to you, Sandra. And baby Charlotte, we're so excited. There she is, awoken, awaken, and awake for today's midweek midday show. Denise Pac-Man Paranormal, The Hauntings of Fort Duffield, and of course, The Real Ditto House of 1841 Inn. You guys need to check it out. That's pretty cool. And soon to be some really cool new T-shirts coming to their collection.
That's right, peoples. I didn't give you yours, did I?
Yeah. Oh, I got it.
Did I give it to you?
Oh yeah, I have it. Yep. I snagged that one when I was there for the Shanley. So I did. Stephen Kometz, Digging Deeper Paranormal. He just did a crazy giveaway. He's such a nice guy. Yeah, he's such a nice guy. Stephen, you're actually probably one of the kindest, gentlest souls. So yeah.
He is. He's a good boy.
He really is. There's Miss Leanne Eskew coming in from Tennessee. There she is. Hello to you. Oh, Kent Wilson from Kentucky. Howdy from Kentucky. Paranormal Addict.
We're bringing the South back.
Bringing the South. Mike Cronin, Two Brothers Extreme. Hey to you. It's always a good day when Michael Sticks Cronin comes in and says hello, Damien. Good morning. I hope you got at least an hour or two.
Yeah, this dude's
at least.
It's crazy.
I cannot turn on. I'm just going to say Damien is giving Courtney the run for her money because I cannot turn on a show in the podcast program that Damien is not at least making his presence known.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, he's doing some good work out there supporting the community. So give him some love back, everybody. Give him some love back. Kaylee, how are you doing? She was just, I believe, at Whitehill this past weekend.
She was. I saw pictures.
Michael Castro, aka Danger of Ghosted Magazine. Yo to you. What's up? Miss Lori, I told you, waiting for her phone call.
I know. I was supposed to call her twice yesterday, and both times I got derailed. I'm sorry.
You did. It's okay. Icy Spirits, how are you doing today? We hope you are doing super fantastic. Let's see. Oh yeah, the Squatch Man song. You have a lot of songs that
I did. I made like 20 so far.
Yeah.
There's like 3 soiree songs, but anyway.
Only one could make the cut.
I don't even know if it made the cut. I just snuck that shit right in there.
You just used it. There she is. There's the beautiful Courtney Peterson, the Get Haunted Paranormal Podcast Program Manager, keeping everybody shared out and making sure everybody's up and running, guys. She's on top of that as well. So we appreciate her hard work. Thomas Bolger from, of course, Phantasm Paranormal Adventures. How are you? Oh, and he's on a vacation. I think I saw he takes one vacation a year.
Well, most people take one per year.
Sometimes they take more.
You take 365 of them. Okay.
Is that what we're doing? We're doing that today? We're 10 minutes in and we're doing that today?
I'm sorry. I thought I was being funny.
Thank you, Kent. I appreciate that. I don't doubt that. It was just one of those sweet little surprises that I got in my messenger that I was like, that is so kind. Chris Mack Daddy is here. Kent Wilson's amazing co-host. We love that. We love that. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello to everybody. We love that. There's the handsome Mr. Adam Van Kuren. He's got his Halloween emojis up and running. He's like, it's 70 degrees. I'm throwing up the fall emojis now. So we love that, Adam. We hope you are doing fantastic and well. There she is. There's the beautiful Miss Sierra. Yes, they are Get Haunted. And did you guys check out their new intro for Haunts and Legends? Haunts and Legends, right?
Yep,
Legends and Haunts. Okay, Haunts and Legends. They have an amazing new intro, and that was done by our very own Dominic
Baggioli or Pasafazul.
or ravioli, whatever. It
Ravioli.
doesn't even matter.
Doesn't
But he
he
did a
answers.
fantastic job. It is so badass.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So great work,
Well,
Dom. And what a great intro for you guys.
yeah, and that photo I posted with him like laying in the back of the truck, I think he was working on it there. I don't know how he does it. I get car sick even writing a text.
Mhm.
But that dude was working for 11 hours each way. So
He did. And I see Trevor must be here somewhere. I don't know if I missed your name, Trev, but you are seen. So hello to you, Trevor Faith. Probably probably out there delivering those packages. Yeah. So I'm like just a little tiny under the weather, I think, from having our we were out and about this weekend. We did a Paracon. We did the ISS Con 3, which we're going to touch on just a little bit. And this year, that is in Rockville, Indiana. And they moved it over to Billy Creek Village, which is pretty much across the street and just a little down the road from ISS. If you haven't been there, you need to check it out because Billy Creek is a pretty amazing opportunity to explore. It's got several buildings that have been moved, right? Like from different locations, and they created the Civil War Village out of it. And it's a very, very unique and exciting. And we had amazing visitors this weekend, all the way from Kentucky. West Point was Denise and Ernie Pack, and they brought a surprise with them. They brought the fantastic and fabulous Greg Yost, aka Squatchman. So I got to finally meet him in person, which is beyond a pleasure. And we had a really fun afternoon and evening with the fine folks of Pac-Man Paranormal. You do, Leanne. You do need to check it out. It really is a cool location. I think with the different buildings and the different vibes that you get, and then just walking around this little town at night, and especially because we were on our own. We were on our own that night, so it was just a little creep factor there.
Yeah, there were several creepy moments there. Yeah, it's more than a few buildings too. If I count, it's at least 9 buildings, right? At least.
Oh, I probably
2 churches, the schoolhouse, the general
more
store,
than that, yeah.
The governor's house.
Then there,
Civil War
the
house,
monument building.
Monument building. There's a bunch of buildings. Really, really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was, and yes, Leanne, so awesome to meet Squatchman. We had some great conversations.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a really there's the barn, there's a handful, and then all the little cabins that they have sort of dotted around there. So if you get a chance, Leanne, definitely, and really that kind of leads us to some really cool things that we found there at the ISS Con. We met some really amazing people. We were talking earlier that, Get Haunted is slowly spreading throughout the different regions. And we don't have a huge footprint in the Midwest yet. We are just making our way, but we got to meet some fantastic people. And one of those fantastic people's was Kind of Woke Paranormal. And what I truly, we Rob and I like to do, especially when we get to do these kinds of things together, we don't, and you can ask the people who were there working in the Paracon with us, we don't stay at the table. We truly do like to go table to table and introduce ourselves and meet who's out in the community, because we really mean it when we say it is about networking opportunities. And so we did, and I was so grateful to have those moments to go table to table. And running into Kind of Woke Paranormal was a great conversation. And they have this amazing product. I love this idea. I personally love this idea, especially for people. This is great for an experienced investigator, but somebody kind of just curious or getting into it. I think this is a great guide. But they have, and I did a post on this. This is the Paranormal Passport. They are $35. It is really, it's worth every penny. This is a book that, and this one's the Great Lake region. And she's got it broken down, and that is Kristen from Kinda Woke. She's got it broken down from New York, Wisconsin, Indiana, and Ohio. And they
I saw PA. I thought I saw PA. In
oh
there.
yeah, and Pennsylvania as well. Pennsylvania. So she breaks it down into some locations. What we do want to point out in these locations, they know they're in the book and they have been spoken directly to make sure that the exact correct information is in the book. So what they do is they give you some cool locations. They give you the address. Each little entry, it's like a little journal. It tells you exactly what they've got going on, if it's handicap accessible, if it's got air conditioner, if it's got lodging, if they take credit cards, electricity, it's bathrooms, it's got it all in here. So you can kind of have an idea. And then you can start to journal your ideas. And then she's got these cute little ways. She's got little pieces of history. Everything has been validated by the location owners. And then you can rate on your K2 meter what you think of the location. She's got a sample page and you can add all sorts of little stickers. And you get this, you can buy this cute little stamp. So you can make it an official, like, yep, been there, little passport thing. So this was
closer. I think there's a little ghost in the middle. It's hard to see. Yeah, there's a little ghost in the middle. And yeah, so it's pretty neat. When we saw it, it was super cool. Loved it. That's cool. And Sarah,
yeah, I did buy it. But I loved what they were doing. I love that they go out there, they're sharing in the community. Their contribution is making this easier. But what I do like about this, and they are working on other editions. We actually sat down and talked to them about doing some collabs with them on this. But what's really cool with this is I think this is a great way, especially if one of your favorite things to do as an investigator is to go to some of these really more popular sort of locations. You're going to forget some certain things. So it's really about keeping some highlights about your investigation, maybe what you really liked or what maybe you missed. And if you could go back, what would you want to hit back up? This is it. This is a really cool guide. I think these are a cool and easy way to sort of keep yourself organized on some of these locations. And I was super excited because I'm in the Great Lake regions and I only have gone to a few of these. There's a whole bunch in here that I'm like, I must go. Brandy, how do you get one? If you go and look, you can go to Kinda Woke Paranormal. But if you go and look, I did a post in the network and you'll see a picture of the book in there. I do have all their links. So where you buy their merch is not where you buy this. This is on their website, Kinda Woke Paranormal website. They're $35. The stamp is extra, not necessary, but I don't know how do you say no to that little guy? Like I was just like, yes, please. Plus I got their cute little sticker because the sticker is so freaking cute. But great journal, great idea, creative way of keeping your journeys out there that are maybe journeys that maybe this is a great way for friends to get together and hey, let's go do these locations. So she gives you some great ideas on which locations and which states to check out. Not going to be for everybody, but I think this is something that if you are an enthusiast, curious, and even super experienced, I think this is a fun way to sort of keep your memories. I don't know. Maybe you have all your friends sign it. What are you laughing at?
You.
Why? Because I'm all excited about this book?
Yeah, you're just goofy about it. It makes me laugh.
I am. And I've literally been carrying this book around ever since I got home. Like I keep picking it up and flipping through it. And much like stickers, let's just talk about this real quick. Much like stickers, when I get things like this, I love the idea of writing in them. I do.
But she never does.
But I don't want to wreck it. So like all my spiral notebooks, I just like them and I look at them. So yeah, it is. Shut up, Adam. It is a Michael's commercial.
Yeah, and Denise's comment from 30 minutes ago is still accurate, right? Yeah, get in touch with them, Denise, because it's cool. It's how we knew you. They had reached out to you. Sorry. Because they're like, oh, we reached out to them because we were like, you got to get the Ditto House in there. And they're like, we did. We tried. So yeah, take over, Denise. It's cool. It's a cool project, cool book.
Yeah.
Yes, and Sarah really likes it.
I do really like it. Okay, I didn't realize I was being goofy about it, but I wanted to give these girls some love. And please go check out their Facebook page, Kinda Woke Paranormal. Give their page some love and some follows. That'd be great. Is she making fun of me or you?
I don't know. Or you. I don't. Yeah, no, that must be us. It's you going on and me like, oh.
Okay. Well, I'm used to that. I just ignore that now.
Let's give me the sunglasses emoji. He's cool.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Or the skull. Yeah, so we talked to them. We talked to a lot of people that weekend. And yes, Denise, Ernie, Squatchman came up. Ernie was out there marketing like a pro. It was fun.
He, and this was one thing that I really appreciated. So there is something really heartwarming. So, when we did get to the table and people would come by, we had mercs there working with us, our Get Haunted mercenary teams. We had a couple of mercs there working with us. And then also Denise and Ernie were there. So to watch the people that are actually in the network, using the network, talk to other people that were coming up to the table and explaining who we were, was like a really proud mommy moment for me, like to watch them get it and to explain it. And I think there is nothing better. When, of course, we're going to want to sell Get Haunted. We want to have new people in the network. But when somebody that's using the network and part of the network can come up and say, yeah, this is what we're going to tell you about it, and this is why we love it. It's huge. And I think it speaks so much more. So yeah. Oh yes. And the Bell Witch. So I got to miss this part of the conversation. While we were at Billy Creek with the PAX and Squatchman, the Eskies were at Bell Witch Cave, which I cannot wait to go to someday. I have to say that. And I think we had we maybe got some cross-pollinated.
Yeah, we're going to have to, one day you'll be able to jump on an actual call with us and talk this out. There was some cool stuff that happened. And Denise, throw the link, or Leanne, throw the link up in the chat so that we can put that up for people to get their tickets. I believe at the last time we spoke, there were about 10 sold already. So you need to jump on that and get those tickets to Bell Witch.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, September 21st, you're going to want to do that for sure. And that's awesome. And then what better time to go than when the PAX and the SQs are co-hosting together?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to want to be there. 13 sold now. 13 sold.
Look at that. Look at that.
Any more activity in-house, or was it a one-off? What are we talking about, Damien?
Yeah.
Remind me if I'm just, because I got to tell you, my memory is horrible.
It's her on the side. Is Sarah freezing up for you guys? I can't tell what's happening.
I feel like I don't have many bars for some reason.
Bars. Your bars. Yeah, so get those tickets. Get to Bell Witch. Yeah, it was an interesting weekend, right? So yeah, we had our own little investigation. All right. So Andy says you're frozen. Sam says you're not. So
okay.
Yeah, shit. We had a couple of interesting moments there, especially so if you've done Billy Creek Village before, then you know, but there's a Civil War house there that came highly recommended. And I think for me, at least, that particular building was the most active. Not sinister, but a little creep show. It was wild. I mean, there was one moment where we all heard this enormous crash. And I know about half the group thinks it was that screen door opening and slamming. So I don't. It sounded very, very different to me. I half expected when we went upstairs to see like a bookshelf knocked over or something. It was after the fact. Talked to Addie. She said that's quite common there.
Yeah.
But it was loud. I mean, it was loud. It was cool.
Yeah, I had some very Sarah-esque experiences there that after the fact, I'm not quite sure. I feel like there are some things I need to explore now. I think between sort of, you detach, or you sort of step away from your experience, on your way back from it, or you've been away from it. Now you're back home, you're doing your thing. And you start to piece some things together. And there was an EVP that was interesting to me, that in one of the buildings that I felt a little bit odd in, the Catholic Church building. And it wasn't scary or anything. I just, as one person stated, I seemed concerned and a little bit edgy, anxious. Yeah. And I couldn't help but to feel like I was watching my kids like walk on a cliff. It just felt like there were these kids here, and I don't know why that felt that way to me. But then it was creepy when you got the EVP, because I was asking questions to hear, we know Sarah's name or something like that. And it was like,
yeah, and for me, right, we got to play a little game that some people on the side have played with me, where, talk to some of my old friends. So to do it with Denise and Ernie, it was fun. It was fun. Don't do it everywhere, but I just felt that night sort of it needed to happen. There were some pretty big reactions to that. And then it all ended right with Greg pulling those freaking Sasquatches out. I tried to explain it to you. So a lot of weird things happen. I know Joe B is just out of his fucking mind over what he witnessed, right? Kind of like I was that night at Duffield, and the very first night at ISS months ago, right? But this was a lot different. It wasn't quite as big in terms of numbers. I mean, these eyes were out there, but there were plenty, right? There's enough. And just watching that dude do his thing, it was ridiculous. I don't think people knew how to act, but you had your own very specific experience that you couldn't get past to even, because I was actually like, how are you not reacting to what we're all looking at right now?
Yeah, I think when it was all going on, when it was first all happening, because now the walk from the village to the Civil War house, you're walking through a field. You just are. I think, and Squatchman is this amazing presence, right? And he's there, he's doing his thing. And so we were walking back from the Civil War house. It's the most biggest, beautiful, brightest moon. So it wasn't pitch black by any means. Nope. I will state, if you go to Billy Creek, just get ready for about 2,000 frogs everywhere. Like they were like jumping, or toads or whatever the hell they were jumping everywhere. They were freaking me out. But it was one of those things where Squatch Man's doing his thing. He's got people are looking at the tree line, and I was just walking. I just kept walking. I might have been walking with Trevor at that point. I don't remember. And you called out. You were like, "Hey, come back here." And so I could hear everybody. I could hear everybody excited. So when I walked back towards the group, and we were kind of behind everybody because they were starting to sort of walk the tree line. I remember, and I can see it perfectly. And if I could just create this in some sort of video form for everybody, I wished I could, or draw it out. I wished I could. But when I started to walk, I remember Denise specifically, and she was like to the left. And then it might've been Ernie to my right, but in front. And there was a gap between them, not huge, but there was probably a 4-person gap. And I remember what caught my eye was it looked like above Denise. And I remember that's why I kind of freaked out, because I was like, oh my God, there is a bat over, and I don't even know why I thought bat, but I was like, there's a bat over Denise. It was like kind of angled, kind of sideways, but it was going up. But what I couldn't get over was like my eyes were seeing like as if I took my finger in a still water and made a ripple, and it was just like this ripple effect. And then you're like, okay, whatever. But then all of a sudden, another one went up, and it was that same ripply effect, and it was like I could not. Like I think you were physically moving me to look places. Like you were like turning my shoulders to look at things, and you're like, and I just couldn't get it out. I couldn't get it out. Like, what did I just see? And Denise is so like, she's so casual. She's like, oh, that's just that they're cloaking. It's like, what did I just witness? And nobody else saw that with me.
No, and it was twice, correct? Yeah, hold on. I want to share this. You tell us, because this is how, when you describe it, this is how I imagine it.
I'm so glad that you are finding something here.
Well, I mean, you also can't. Can you see what I'm sharing?
Well, I didn't see the two eyes, though.
Forget about the eyes. I'm talking about the ripples here.
But now imagine it looking like, and I loved how you sort of described it, because you said almost like I could see the sonar.
Yeah. Like the sound, yes, like sound waves coming off of it.
Like sound waves coming off of it. It was so, hey, Rachel. It was so weird because I didn't think anything other than there's a bat over Denise. Like I was freaked out by this bat, but I couldn't understand why I could see its fluttering or whatever. And it spread out. Like it was like the way it went. And then all of a sudden another one went this way. And it was like, they're right there. They're like in between Denise and Ernie. They're right in between Denise and Ernie. I could not figure it out. So that part was rather, I think I was in a state of shock. Not like, crazy, but I think I just could not get it out for 10, 15 minutes.
It was ridiculous. Yeah. Cause I'm standing there. I'm looking at these eyes out in the trees, and everybody's like blown away. And you're like, I was like, Wayne, why aren't you reacting? I remember saying to you, like, you
did.
Like, what's going on with you? And so it was interesting. And, Squatch Man just jumped in and Squatch Man action, right? Like, he's just who he is. And he's this big, really fucking cool fucking mountain man. I mean, here. And he did. He loves your logo. Don't be a dick. Or your tagline.
Don't be a dick, and then pause. Welcome to Paranormal
Okay,
Blonde.
well, first I'm going to say, dude, don't be a dick.
All right. You can say that.
All right, so you got the TV off? Okay,
dude, don't be a dick. Paranormal.
That's Squatch Man, for those that don't know, right? So just a really cool guy. And what he and Denise and Ernie and Todd and Leanne bring to any investigation is like fucking stupid. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, Greg Yost is just
and
one hell of a guy.
And I think what I loved about that kind of experience too is nobody, and again, and Damien, you mentioned this, like, right, everybody's perception is different. Everybody sees and experiences something different. We touched a little bit on this on Paranormally Blonde, and hey, Danny, you know, and some things are meant for people and some things aren't. But what I really appreciated about that moment, to be honest with you, is that nobody was forcing anybody. Just Rob sort of giving me like, are you not seeing this part? Because I could not get over what I witnessed. Hey, Carmen. But nobody was forcing any sort of experience on anybody. I think Denise and Ernie, they're so used to this. And I think when you have new people, I think they just sort of allow everybody, because everybody was I don't even know what everybody was doing in our group. Like, I felt like there was so much going on, and Greg was right there speaking, and you know, Denise and Ernie are just like, yes, no, this is okay, you're good. Like it was just like, whatever's going to happen, just let it happen. And then we had our group of, I think, paranormal antics. They were all up in the pavilion. So they were missing all of this. It was like, because we were at the creek part. So it was interesting. It was a very interesting moment. And, you know, whatever, and this is of no disrespect to anyone, even if you don't want to think it's Sasquatch, even if you don't want to have that moment to label it or name it, the reality is the magic that can happen outside with connecting with something bigger. It's there. It's there, whatever you want to freaking call it, because it's not what you think. It's not the packs and Squatchman and the Eskies, you know, you're not looking for
The ape.
a hairy dude out there that's, you know, ready
We
to
had our own.
have your love
We had
child.
our own. We had Squatch. Yeah. Then what it's insane how what the experience is actually like versus what you might think it would be like, right? I learned that at Duffield, and I think we learned it that very first night, but it just seems to get bigger and different every time. So it's just super cool. You know, I just know, like, I think we stopped at like Cracker Barrel on the way home, me, Joe, and Dom. I just, you know, we're just talking. He's like, and then Squatch Man calls for Big Red, and there he was. 2 red eyes were right there. He's like, it's great. I loved listening to him describe his experience during it, because after Duffield, I was lit up, and I was just happy you got to experience what you experienced. But yeah, I was a little confused by how you were not reacting to the other stuff. Until you started getting out what you had just witnessed. So it's just a really cool night.
Yeah, I think that, everything that we got to do together, I was, and actually, Rob, you and I talked about this a little bit. I think it had to be maybe Monday. But I, for whatever reason, was super sort of focused on needing to be around Denise, to be able to touch her. Not everybody loves to be, draped. Like I tend to be a very touchy-feely person, right? So, I know some people have their boundaries, but for whatever reason, I needed to hold Denise's hands, and we got to have this really cool moment at one of the churches with Denise and Ernie and the 4 of us, while everybody else sort of watched and took video. And that was a really unique experience. So if you do ever get to work with Denise and Ernie, can consider yourself very lucky and to really have quite the experience there. I learned a lot. I learned a lot Saturday night. Um, I think I learned some new ways of looking at some of my own experiences. And, I think I was in awe of everything that was going on with everybody there because I'm not sure that I understood some of my experiences, like I said, until after the fact.
Yeah, look, man,
Done.
it's crazy. Now I'm trying to find.
I am still cheesing over it.
I still don't understand. I took some photos during this energy circle that we were doing, and well, you guys were doing. I was taking photos. To this, I cannot understand or figure out what the hell is happening here, but there are 2 out of the 4 photos. But
Wait.
Sarah's got. Oh wait.
It's so sweet.
Oh, absolutely.
And you're part of that, Wade. You are part of that.
Even our living problems, I get haunted networks here for everybody. Doesn't have to be paranormal. But there's 2 photos I still can't seem to figure out where Sarah's got this crazy light coming out of her hands during this energy circle. It's not her phone because that was in the pew.
My phone was sitting face down in the pew.
I just don't understand what the hell I'm looking at here. Who
was in the middle? Can you tell who was in the middle there?
Yeah, I believe that was.
Was that Ricky?
No, Trevor.
Okay. So yeah, that was also my first experience with human pendulum.
Oh, that's right. It was human pendulum.
And I had not done that. I had asked Denise and Ernie, and it is something that we do, that some of our mercs and some of our crew, they do that in sessions at a Get Haunted event. I have never sat in one, and I've never participated in one. I've never seen it. I know they happen. And Denise and Ernie do them. And I was really interested to see their take on them and asked if they would do human pendulum. And I got to be part of the circle. And it is really intriguing. It's a very intriguing experience to watch how people interact with each other. Definitely need to trust who's in that circle with you, for sure. And that was, right after we did that, you're like, what? We did. So just so everybody knows, it's not that there weren't lights there. We did put somebody's phone on the ground. And if you see the full picture, you'll see where that light comes from. And there is no way that it should be just between my fingers. There was nobody had a flashlight. I had my hands up like this to catch Trevor, if his, wherever he may fall. We all had our hands up. And so because Rob was watching and taking pictures, and I was like, what is going on? Because I could see he was being very intent on watching. And so, yeah.
That's where the light source was behind Sarah. I can't, it's pissing me off. I want to understand this, and I can't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just don't get it.
Oh yeah, you should put it through. You should put it in a filter. Good call, Damien. Maybe we should filter the picture and see.
Yeah, I have been, and none of it is making any sense to me. But I will, and if there's anything, I'll share it. I'm not saying it's paranormal, but it was. I can't explain this one quite yet, but we'll see. I'll get it in Photoshop at some point.
Yeah. Hey, Diane. But that was, I think, just being able to be at Billy Creek with the right people. We always say it, the right people show up. It is a very unique location. And you could go through the passport book. So if you are going to be, let me just look here. if you're looking for places to go, there's a handful in Indiana. There's 10 different ones. So you could literally add Billy Creek to your list and make sure you get to a couple of these other amazing ones. ISS, Ashmore Estates, which I hear is super fantastic. Of course, the Bell Mansion, the Monroe House. I mean, there's some amazing locations that you can hit there. So put Billy Creek Village on your list of places to go for sure.
Super cool place.
Yeah. And then get your book so you can write about it.
And Denise brings up that, you know, a fifth figure did show up in some of the photos, even as a shadow, which I've been trying to sit and debunk. I'm not. Shit's making me crazy because I want to.
Oh, that's right. Somebody else was taking pictures, and between you and I, they said, "Do you see how in the pictures before and after, it's light, and then there's one point where it looks like somebody is standing between us."
Yeah, and then up on the wall there was also a shadow that
we can't account for.
Probably can't account for it. Yeah, and then coincidentally or not, you know, they were doing that at the same time over in at the Bell Witch Cave. So yeah, it was it was an interesting night, and it was ad hoc, it was freestyling, it was hanging out and doing our thing. We did get some, I believe, some very interesting EVPs that I will also get on the PC at some point. But yeah, Billy Creek was cool. The Paracon was cool. The 11-hour drive home.
We got to.
Not so cool.
We got to meet some cool people at the ISS Con. And some people we already knew, some people we did not. But one of the other tables that we stopped at and that I did already post up at. So I'm posting these people so you guys can help us like and share out their pages too, because these are small businesses. But it is Miriam's Magical Creations, and she is a practicing witch, and she has a lot of knowledge, and she had some very unique items at her table. But one of my favorites is always an essential oil, and I purchased the Persephone and Hades. Okay, I said it wrong. Are we not used to this by now? We should just totally be used to this by now. Her goddess, and she feels drawn on which way to sort of go when she's creating these. I think she's got her staples, and then she said she felt the need to do these, so she did them. They are $13 per little roll-on, and I'm in love with these two particular scents. They're very different. They're very unique and very different. And I know now why I love mine. Mine has rosemary in it, so that is why. I'm not gonna say it, Stacy, enough.
I don't even know if you spelled it properly, but Stacy.
Yeah, it smells good, right? Yours, the Hades, is actually a little softer.
Oh yeah, it is. You know, I find it interesting that you picked Hades for me. But it is, you know, notes of gingerbread, geranium, cedarwood, and fractionated coconut oil, whatever that means.
Well, that's the base. And then she adds all those beautiful scents. But they're great. They're great. And I am a sucker. There are a couple different small businesses out there that do essential oils that I am completely in love with. And every time I wear them, I always get compliments. That Witch Beauty is one of them. And now Miriam's Magical Creations. So she does have an Etsy. You can go on the Get Haunted public page network page, and you can see I've dropped all her links there on top of her Facebook page. So if we don't mind giving her some love and share in what she's doing, check out her Etsy page. $13, folks. $13 for her roll-on is a great price. Check that out. And I want to second this. I also got to meet Denise's dear friend, Christopher Lee Jensen. She was talking to him towards the end. I know this feels like one of those moments, like when you're a kid and you're like, your parent says, okay, it's time to do dishes. And you're like, okay, I have to go to the bathroom. And then you run in the bathroom and then you miss doing the dishes. So it was the end of the Paracon. We were starting to clean up. Denise was talking to Christopher and she's like, I need you to come meet him. Denise, back me on this, girl. You said come meet him.
Sarah disappears every time there's heavy lifting.
No. So she's the one.
I also love that I got 0 introductions. 0. It's okay because somebody had to actually do the work.
Listen
so proceed
to me.
with your story.
Listen to me. Denise is like, that's enough. Denise said, you need to meet Christopher. So I did. And she's like, you really need, oh my God, enough. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay. She said, you need to get a reading from him.
Hold up. So Denise, if you did, I was not made aware of this. So
Ernie had to go to the bathroom. Ernie's like, yeah, I'll volunteer. And he left. But I didn't want to bother Christopher. It had been a long day. It was from 10 to 5. And I said, she's like, no, when you get a chance, get a reading with him. And he reads your soul. Like he was looking at me. And so I looked at him and I'm like, no pressure. Like if it now, or we can do this later or whatever. Denise, did this not happen? Like I did not force it. And he started to walk backwards and did this to me. He's like, come with me. So, I went with him and excellent reading. And he looks you right deep in the eyes. Oh my God. When he's talking to you, I was riveted and hypnotized by his left eye. I could not look at him because he just looks right. And he does this little head tilt when he's looking at you. And he has this little smile when he's talking to you. And so his movements, his speech, the words he chooses, do it. If you ever get a chance to sit with Christopher Lee Jansen, do it. He was amazing. And he does. Now, I didn't get my chakras aligned. Denise did. But I did not get that part. But wow. It was great. You did bring him a taco. He was starving. I felt so bad for him too, because I know what it's like when you're hangry, and that dude still, he did his job. And then I came out and everything was packed up and the truck was ready to roll. So that was that. Yeah. And Rob's like, oh, where the hell did you go? I was like, I had to get a reading, didn't you?
Yeah. She was, all of a sudden, we were done packing up the vehicles, and then here she comes prancing out. I would throw the guy a review, but I didn't even get to meet him. So
he's here. Is he really watching right now?
Yeah, Christopher.
Oh my, Christopher. Oh my gosh, make yourself known, Christopher. Honestly, like an amazing reading, an amazing human. I'm telling you right now, Denise was not lying. You do need a reading from him.
I do. And Christopher, they kept the best away from you. So I'm saying right here.
I just want everybody to realize that Rob just described that I came prancing out. Why don't we ask where he was? Because he actually wasn't with everything. I walked out and I saw our crew and I said, wow, where's Rob? And they all said, oh, he's off with Addie and Adam. So he didn't watch me prance out.
There was some business to attend to. I did get the tent broken down. I got some things packed up. At the end of the day, somebody has to put the hard work in. Okay.
Yeah.
While others are sitting around with Christopher Lee Jansen getting readings and palling around. I mean,
I was getting
I'm curious what Christopher thinks right now about how amazing I am.
Well, I don't know, because I think he and I were having moments. Like he looks at you and you just. You can't help but to just
today. I'm wearing Hades. That's
we just like stared at each other. This is one thing you don't get that with every reader, right? Sometimes they look above you, around you, and I get that because either they're talking to spirit or it's how they sort of right? How they're getting information. But Christopher, oh no, Christopher literally looks right at you when he's speaking, and he holds the gaze, and it's like, yeah.
This is dangerous,
Yeah.
Christopher. You may never come back.
Christopher, I'm curious, Christopher, is it easy to read over the airwaves, the internet?
But once you stare into this soul, Christopher, it's
Oh
really
my God. You know what? Somebody can like me. Somebody can like me and not know
everybody
you for a
likes
change.
you. Shush.
Somebody can like me and not know you for one time. For one time.
Come on, I'm not used to being left out. It was like a kickball game, and I wasn't picked. Okay.
Oh my God. You were busy talking to Adam and Addie.
Yeah, because I had to apologize for your behavior during the entire show.
Stop. So there was that, but there were some great people there at the ISS Con. So thank you to Adam Kimmel and to Addie Gaddis for your hospitality. I met two amazing, I guess, volunteers. I'm not quite sure what they call them there, but Patience, who is normally your host at FCI at Fairfield County Infirmary. She was amazing and full of great information. And I just want to give a shout out to Dawn. I met this amazing woman, Dawn. She's a middle school teacher. I loved her. We connected right away and had some great conversations and some great laughs. So there were some amazing people right there. We got to hopefully clear the air. We got to have some face-to-face conversations with people. We will always choose that when we see people that there might be some hard feelings or misconceptions. We will always choose to walk up and have those conversations. And we did. And I'm always proud of us for doing that. But, I've always wanted to do. Oh,
all right. Thanks for sharing that. Wojo, we will reach out.
Yeah. And everybody send great big love and prayers to Richie B for his mother on her new journey to the beautiful afterlife. Just everybody think of him, send some prayers, some love. We will do that, Wojo. Sorry, Richie B. I know that's not an easy task. So yeah, it was a good weekend, a learning weekend. And I think we met some great people in the community. I'm going to be sharing them out in the network so you guys can all do what you do best, and that is to continue to share that out so they can be seen. We had a great investigation. Thank you to the fantastic Denise and Ernie. I said it when you guys were there, but I'll say it again publicly. It means the world to us and to me personally when those efforts are made to come and support and be with us. That was truly huge. So thank you for that. And bringing Squatchman. I certainly had a couple great conversations with him.
Absolutely. He's just one of those unique people that you don't meet many Greg Yost in your lifetime. Really good guy. So yeah, we'll get down there again, Denise. Listen, it's Kentucky. I'm waiting for the mosquitoes to go to sleep and the chiggers, and for my wounds to heal. I'm still bit up from a month ago. Yeah. So, God, but it was a long drive. But I get special thanks to Joe B of Next of Kin Paranormal for carting my ass all the way there and then all the way back, and never once. We're very similar in this regard. Like once I'm behind the wheel, that's where I'm staying. So that boy stayed up and alert for 11 hours each way, maybe more. We did make several stops. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah,
he's talking about the Kent Wilson is talking about the haunted graves there in Haunted Graves Paracon there in Mayfield, Kentucky, which you can go this October, I believe October 12th, correct, Kent? October 12th at Mayfield, Kentucky. Yeah, it was huge to be able to have that weekend with Next of Kin. If you guys would like, they also make the knock sticks, the knock rods. Sorry, they're not sticks, they're rods, knock rods. Great piece of equipment for the larger locations, in my opinion. They come in different sizes. And they can customize them now. So if you are interested, go to Next of Kin Paranormal. Also, some great stickers. I got some cool new stickers for the back of my Jeep from Dom.
Yeah. You know what? You know who didn't?
Did you ask? He had them all there.
Rob didn't get that either.
I asked. And Dominic placed them himself on my car. So I was super excited about that. Yes, we do have an amazing announcement.
How do we tease this? Here's the problem, right? This one's so cool that we can't talk about it.
Okay, but here's the thing. This is what we can say. I think this is what we can say.
Say it.
Okay, this is what I'm going to say.
I'm nervous. Hold on. Let me get you on the mute button. All right, go ahead, just in case.
Okay, so this is what we will say. I think we can say who we're working with. I won't give names.
No. What do you mean?
I'm not going to give.
Can you type it? You cannot use that person's name.
I'm not going to use the name, but can I say what they do?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I think we can, because it's going to be happening here in the next couple weeks. Okay, so here's the thing. This really cool announcement is this, and we're so honored and so excited. And I've had a couple meetings now with this person, and oh my gosh, FYI, when you guys get to meet this human, you're going to be super excited, and he is so awesome. Okay, so here's another thing I'm super cheesed about. So a documentary maker found us, and we are helping introduce him to the paranormal community, along with some other people that will be doing the same thing. But this is where we think we really excel. We're going to be introducing him because the paranormal is not his shtick. This is not his thing. He's a documentary maker.
I think they're called documentarians.
Okay.
But I could be wrong.
Sure.
I'm not correct.
Whatever you want to call him. Whatever you want to call him.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, I'm finished.
No. Well, he does what we got to witness. And first it was just the quick trailer. First it was the quick trailer. And we were both intrigued. Like, the trailer itself was so well done that it was like, oh, we need more. We're going to need more. And then we had the honor to be able to, so we knew what we were walking into. We had the honor of watching a screening. And it's so awesome. And we have so many questions. And so we are going to be taking a little journey with this person, and also with who the documentary is made for, based on. And we're going to be introducing them to you through, you're going to be able to meet them on Paranormally Blonde, which I'm super excited about. And then we're going to be introducing some US premiere screenings of this, and live Q&A with the now I can't even say the word because you got me so screwed up. Documentary maker.
Documentary. Jesus. They have me all twisted.
I'm all confused. And the people. And us.
Here's what I'm going to say. Right there. This thing is so complex, right? And it's about a story, okay? And as the things I had to ask this guy, was that real? Like, what was what I watched, was that real? And he's like, yeah. I mean, like, it's not like I can't say much. it's subtle, but it's pretty freaking amazing. And the things, the entire story is really, it's fascinating because there's a lot to it. But some of the footage that was just captured while doing interviews and whatnot is it's fucking creepy. Serious. It's like, yeah, it's really all we can say without giving. There are like literal distribution channels and investors and people that we have to protect what we can protect for now. Soon, real soon, there will be some announcements. And this is, I'll say this piece too. I believe we can say this piece too. They want interaction with all of you.
This they do.
They want that. This is not like, hey, come watch my movie. Thanks. We'll see.
Why I think this project is, it found Get Haunted at, and I remember exactly the day that it happened. Why I think this project is such an important piece to get Haunted into the community. One, because he's not, he admits it. I'm not a paranormal person. I have very little interaction there. Didn't even know some larger names. And I got to be honest with you, names that even if you had no clue, you've heard the name, right? Yeah. Like, and he really just, it's not his world. So I think what we really loved as the meetings progressed is how much you all are important to this piece, and not just to him, but a specific person in the documentary. This is where you guys, and this is what I, really did push when we spoke to him, is that this is where you guys come in. This is where you guys are important, huge pieces, because this is where the conversations need to happen. This is where we're giving people grace and gentleness and thoughts and theories. This is the time, folks. So Get Haunted is working very closely with them, all of them, to create this channel between you guys, the community, and this documentary maker and the people that are involved in the documentary. We are excited to open this door for you guys. And we are excited and honored to be a part of it. And I am beyond excited to introduce all of you guys to the beginning of all this very soon. In the next few weeks, you're going to have an announcement as to a special day and time of Paranormally Blonde, where you get to sort of start. And then there's going to be amazing ways for you guys to watch what we watched.
There's about 5 phases to this, from starting really, really soon out through couple months from now, and it will gradually become bigger. You'll see once we can announce, and you're going to get to meet everybody. You're going to talk to everybody. There's some other things that are in the works that are going to be really special for all of you. What's the piece that's important to them, and you brought it up a couple times, is that they want to be able to engage with the people, because the people that have seen this, seen the screening, walk away with an awful lot of questions. Like when we watched the screener together, I wanted to rewind, because I'm like, did I literally just see, like, did it? And I wanted to rewind it, but I couldn't, right? Because I couldn't not know what was going to happen next, for a lot of reasons. So according to these guys, everything in that is real. From what I saw, it looks legit, guys. Like, I don't know how to explain some of the things we saw, or what they've captured somehow. Most of it accidentally, right? It's kind of cool.
And I love, there is something, and I got to do this with the other documentary, and it just slipped my mind what the name of it was. And although it's about ghost, it's not like ghost in our world.
living. Yeah, I remember.
Remember the one I was telling you
The
about?
lady, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So what I love about this is the fact that the right, Joby, the Q&A, to be able to speak to the people that are in the documentary and to the maker, to be able to sit down, and because when we had our last meeting, we were just like, we have so many questions, and for both of us, I think immediately it was, this is a seek with your soul. This is a deep dive, and we also believe that it's going to elicit probably some very big opinions on both sides.
Yeah.
It will, this is what I'll say, whether or not you believe what they're saying, there is a lot there to still unpack. And I think this right here, this is what true, like, digging into something and understanding. This is not, you have a demon and it came from this and that's it, done. No, this is generational. This is cultural. There's so much to this. So we're excited.
All right. Yeah, we cannot wait, not because of our involvement with it, but because of what it is. Like, literally watched it without stopping. I think there's EVPs captured that are it's insanity.
Yeah.
But it's also really, really compelling and intriguing. And like Sarah said, it's a sort of a deep dive, I think, so just get ready, and we hope that you help us help them make this thing a reality. It's all we can say right now. Just know it's coming really soon. Yeah. And we'll be able to share a whole hell of a lot more, and all of you will be able to interact in ways you probably normally don't get to do. Years ago, the only time I was ever really, really involved, or was even in a screening of any sorts, was with Cerno Face, which is one of the funniest stories ever with Sarah, but we'll get to that on another show. So this, concepts similar, but execution very, very different.
So I just know we need the Get Haunted Army. We need the paranormal community. We really need your help, not for us, but for them, to help push this screener out. When we get all the information, to push the information out, there will be, we'll be giving back to you. We'll be giving you guys opportunities. And then we also need your experience in the paranormal, your faith, your beliefs, your thoughts and theories. They're all going to be hugely needed and welcomed. So this is not about Rob and I. This is about the paranormal community. This is definitely an opportunity. When this door was presented and we walked through, we just couldn't wait to give you guys oh my God, you got to check this door out. You just have to. So we all have a lot of work ahead of us. It's going to go fast and furious. As soon as we get to actually drop the official announcement. So when you see that, we need you guys to get to work with us and helping push this out and making this a huge success, guys, in the US. This is it. We're going to help with getting this thing premiered in the US. So we need your help.
Yeah. Get ready.
I know it's killing us too, Brand.
Listen, we've been sitting on this for what? A month now? 3 weeks? It was hard because first, just so they know, right? First, I got like a 30 second. We got the 30. You're frozen. It throws me off every time. 30-40 second like teaser, right? And I watched that and I was like, oh God, like this looks amazing. And then, sorry, you're frozen, girl. I might have to end this show on my own. And then we got finally, once all the agreements were made and whatnot, sent over the screener, and we got to sit and watch it. And it was too cool. So Sara, I don't know if she'd be happy in that stuck position. I don't know. Am I frozen? No, there we go. Ryan Richards here. Susan Skills. There goes Sara. So here I am all alone. I will end the show. We're at an hour and 17 minutes anyway. My bestie has lost her internet. It's been a problem over there for a couple of days. But anyway, as always, I'll be Sara here. You know, we see you. We appreciate you. And we love you. Thank you for joining us today. Get ready for some more exciting news. Don't forget, we've got the soiree going on here at the end of the month, at the end of next month. And I'll probably leave you guys on the soiree video one last time. Then I'm going to go get something to eat. Love you all. We will talk. You're on the Temu version of Sara. You're right. Rich. Ryan. Why am I calling you Ryan? Yeah, so with that, I'm going to take my ass out of here. We'll play the soiree video one more time, and then I'm ending this shit. Love you guys. We'll talk soon.
Welcome to the night where the paranormal unite. A party like never before under the moon's airy light. The vibe is dark, the air is cold, spirits taking flight. Get haunted and ghost the magazine leading the fright. Ghosts and ghouls dancing hand in hand. Lost souls roaming the haunted land. On the battleship New Jersey we gather with glee. Horror and paranormal, a sight to see.
I had to. All right, guys, take care. I'm ending this. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.